tell time half of the time when your minutes are between 1 and 30. If your minute hand's on the other side of the clock, we need to talk about a different method, and here it comes. From 31 minutes all the way up to 59, you won't use the word E at all. Don't even use it. Don't. What you're going to need to do first is look at the hour. You need to take the hour and round it up. Round up the hour. So you'll say the next hour instead of what the digital says. Then you need to take 60 and subtract the digital number of minutes that you've got. Because what you're going to do is say the next hour minus the minutes that it is until that hour. That's essentially what we're going to be doing for minutes between 31 and 59. And here too, if your minutes are 45, you're going to be saying it's 15 till or quarter till. Because of that, we're going to use cuarto again for this. Okay? Let's do some more examples. I'll leave a couple of these for comparison. If it happens to be 10:53, we're going to need to round up that 10 to the next hour and say son las 11. Now we need to subtract 60 minus 53. That's 7 left over. We need to say menos 7. So we're saying it's 11 minus 7 minutes. 11 hours minus 7 minutes. It's like saying it's 7 till 11, that kind of thing. Hey, 7 to 11? I didn't even know I was doing that. 7-Eleven, the store? Anyway, another example we could say 3:45. We need to round up the 3 to 4 hours. Son las 4. Now we need to subtract from 60. We're left with 15 minutes. Don't forget the special word for 15. Oops. Menos cuarto. It's 4 minus a quarter. Watch that too. Cuatro, cuarto. Another example, we could do, let's do 12, and we'll do 12:47. 12:47. We need to round up the hour again, which means we're rounding to 1. Remember, 1 is a little special, has its own style. Es la una. And now we need to subtract. This is going to be 13. Menos 13. One more example, and we'll call this part good. Let's do 8:31. Round up your 8. Son las 9. And we're subtracting 29. There you have it. Now, notice that we are using, on these, I'm going to color. Sorry. When you are adding the minutes, your minutes are between 1 and 30, use E. But if you're on the other side of the clock, 31 to 59 minutes, don't use E at all, use menos instead. Subtract the minutes after you round up the hour. There are a couple more things to know with this. One of them is that time is right now. So if someone says, ¿Qué hora es?, these are possible answers. But, as we know, sometimes you have not a question of the current time, but you could say, what time is practice? Or what time is practice at? At what time is practice? That's really what it's supposed to be. We're lazy and speak in English. So if we don't ask ¿Qué hora es?, but instead ask ¿A qué hora es?, the answer will change a little bit. Instead of saying son las 4:05 to say it is 4:05, we want to say something happens at 4:05. We say a for at. If you say a las 4:05, that means at 4:05. But be careful with that because it's not a complete sentence to say at 4:05. If you want to make that a complete sentence, then you need a verb in front to say it is at 4:05. So that would mean instead of saying a las 4:05, instead of saying son las 4:05, you could say es a las 4:05. It is at 4:15. And you could say that somebody goes somewhere at a time like that. Yo voy a la biblioteca a las 4:05 to say what time I do something. You have those options. One more quick thing to know is that on your vocabulary page, I did mark this, but you should try to be aware of it. When you're saying a time in the morning, afternoon, evening, there are two ways to say those times. You've got de la noche, de la mañana, de la tarde, not in that order. You've got por la mañana, por la tarde, por la noche. They are used in different ways. The por ones are used when you're not saying a specific time. If you're just saying, I eat in the morning, but you're not specifying the time, then you say por la mañana, because por is during. It can also mean for, but right now it means during. If you, however, say, I eat at 6 in the morning, now you're giving a specific time, so you should say de la mañana with that. There's your difference. Use por just to say during this time of day, but not being specific. Use de with a specific time. So those are things you'll need to know when telling time in Espanol. And I'm going to go back to my